Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is SoranotRoxas here, and I'm actually making another one of these videos that there are no jokes here. I'm not kidding around. This isn't one of my standard vlogs type thing, so there's no update or anything like that. This is straight from the heart, as with the last videos I had to make for this sort of thing. Whenever known celebrity that has touched my life in a certain way, and as far as influence or brought to life a certain character that I love and just made them larger than life. Leonard Nimoy is that person. He's a guy who, with of course the help of the other cast members, brought to life this world that has spawned a number of different fans over the years. Me personally, I was born in 1991, so when the Star Trek series was first released, I think what, 66, when the Star Trek series were, kind of like at its peak, I wasn't even born yet. So most of the stuff I ever caught on TV that had something to do with the original Star Trek series was reruns by that time. The only thing I have to admit, if there's a bit that I've seen more, of course I know about the Star Trek movies where Mr. Leonard Nimoy also cameoed in. It's mostly the Next Generation, Star Trek: The Next Generation, which I have to be honest, I watched a little bit more than that, but that's because it came later. Personally, I think both parts of this series were fantastic, and a lot of that is due to the acting. Leonard Nimoy was a really good actor. He can make such a stoic character really interesting and really get you invested into the show. Of course, same with William Shatner and George Takei and of course the other actors from the show. It's really sad to see him go. I just heard the news today that he died from a lung disease that he died from. I can't remember what it's called. It's most likely going to be in the description box for when I finish this video. I edited it and I put it up on YouTube. I just came straight home. This is me coming straight home, straight from class. You see, I'm dressed up. Normally, I just have on the standard white shirt. It's, I'm wearing the plaids. I have my jeans on and everything. And this is something I just had to get to right away. The same thing when we lost another famous actor, Robin Williams, and I just had to put my 2 cents on it. This is devastating. Also, considering that this man was multi-talented, he was a good actor. Like I said, we all know him from Star Trek. Even in the movies, moviegoers would know him as the original Spock as well. He was a Transformer at one point. He even was doing video game voices as well. So he was a pretty good voice actor, to be honest with you. I really liked his voice acting. He had a uniqueness to his excuse me, to his voice that you couldn't even tell that it was him when it was first cast. And anybody who knows me or watches my channel knows that I am a big Kingdom Hearts fan. So anybody who knows that that I really love Kingdom Hearts, I know mostly everything about every piece of voice actor that voices at least every character in that video game. And this hit me a lot because this was a guy that I knew from Star Trek as well, but one of the other big things, I'm like, okay, so he did 2 big things in my life, that kind of influenced me, that even When I write my little stories, when I'm typing up my stories, there are some characters that will be based off of the characters that he played. There was one character I wrote for a story that's kind of supposed to be like Spock, which is pretty funny now since I think about it. I don't, I haven't, I don't think I used that character though, which was really sad. Or I changed him into somebody else. Anyway, that's my personal stuff. That's not important. Um, yeah. So with going back to Kingdom Hearts, any Kingdom Hearts fan would know that at the time of the casting call, the roll call for who was going to be the voice actors for which characters, uh, for the main villain of the series, uh, uh, excuse me, I can't even speak. A name came up, Leonard Nimoy, as the voice for Master Xehanort. I was like, okay, so this is like going to be the big kahuna of the series. This is the guy that started all the badness in the series, that all the heroes and stuff have to go through. If you're not familiar with Kingdom Hearts, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. Excuse me, but if you look that up, it's a simple thing. It's a simple thing you can look up as well. But anyway, this was a guy who, far as us in the video game, who play video game in the video game industry, he played a big prominent character in this video game. This is one of my favorite video games of all time, and to have an actor that I already like, do this voice acting. At first, I have to be honest, I said, I wonder how he's going to do it because this will be my first time hearing him do any type of voice acting. Yeah, there was Transformers 3, but I couldn't even recognize him in Transformers 3. I was like, Leonard Nimoy? The Spock from Star Trek? That's Leonard Nimoy? This is freaking awesome, man. The only thing he didn't do was Star Wars. God, I wish he could appear in I wish he could have had a chance to appear in Star Wars. But anyway, that's just the nerd in me. Um, So when the list came down for who were the voice actors, I saw his name. I was like, oh wow, he's playing a real prominent character. I was like, is he gonna just is he gonna phone it in, or is he actually gonna be serious about it, but only do it one time and then never do it again? No, he actually did come back and reprise the role, and he was going. I don't know if they have already got some of his voice work recorded for the next game, but he was supposed to come back and reprise his role again, and which this is devastating to see. Like, oh, all of a sudden he just passed away. He was hospitalized, I think, a few days ago, which I didn't hear about. So that was new to me. But when I was checking the websites, the fan websites for this game, at the top of the page, Leonard Nimoy, the voice of Master Xehanort, and of course we know him from Star Trek. He has also written books, directed movies, and as we know, voice act. It's really sad. There's not much I can say. It isn't. It's just. We lost a great person. Once again, we lost someone who was unique and brought something unique to his performance. What doesn't matter what he did. He even proved himself to be a pretty good director. I mean, he made 3 Men. He directed 3 Men and the Baby. I'm pretty sure that was him, and that's a pretty decent movie. I like it. Hmm? So I mean, he proved that he can do anything. That he wasn't just stuck to this one character or this one role in Star Trek. No, he's like, I can write a book. Even if it is about that character, I can direct the movie. Heck, I can voice act different characters. And through voice acting, I can actually kind of branch out in a newer generation. guy was 83 years old, man, and people my age know who he is, or hopefully people younger know who he is. I don't know about the generation after mine's, but as someone who was born in 1991 and I know of this person and the accomplishments that he's done, that's pretty impressive. That means that he branched out and he was able to cover different generations. Putting the video game stuff aside and whatnot, this is a tragedy. One of the Star Trek movies that I did see was The Wrath of Khan. Of course, this was based off the original Star Trek and not the Next Generation, so I did get some of it at the time that I did see it. And I was younger. I was much younger when I saw it, and I remember liking it a lot. And of course, the ending when, spoiler, Spock's character dies, it was really sad. And to this day, it can still bring a tear to your eye. It literally is one of the saddest moments in cinema history, I think. At least I'm putting it on that list. If there was if I was to make 100 sad moments in cinema history, that would definitely go on there. But The Wrath of Khan, I think, was one of the best one Star Treks ever. And I remember Shatner's line in that, out of, I just said I remembered it, now I just forgot. Out of all ones, he was the most human. It was such a powerful line, and I'm so sorry I forgot it. Shit. It's amazing how powerful performances can be, because even now it's kind of getting me a little teary-eyed just thinking about it. I might even put it at the end of this video just to show you guys what I'm talking about, because I can't remember word for word right now. It was pretty long, but it was very meaningful, and this isn't for a joke or anything. It was a pretty sad moment in time, and even nowadays it brings on a whole new meaning. And it was the same thing with Robin Williams when he passed away. That scene from Aladdin brought on a whole new meaning, didn't it? Yeah. He's not the only person we lost. We lost Christine Cavalier, who was a known voice actress. We lost. We've recently lost Philip Seymour Hoffman. I just said Robin Williams. We're really losing some good people. I mean, value them while you can. Even if you don't know these guys, they still feel like they have a place in your heart, because they bring so much joy to different people, to so many people in different generations, that even the smallest of roles can mean something. It's just, like I said, his cameo in Transformers 3 was the best thing about that movie. And I despise that movie. I even put the fourth one. The fourth one probably wouldn't even be on my worst movies list if he was the voice of random Transformer. I'll be like, well, at least Leonard Nimoy was in it. It's condolences to his family, man. I feel it's sad. It's sad to see him go. As a nerd, I think I speak for all the nerds, especially the Trekkies and stuff. Live long and prosper. Leonard Nimoy, you will be missed. Rest in peace. Thank you for watching. Take care.
We are assembled here today to pay final respects to our honored dead. And yet it should be noted that in the midst of our sorrow, this death takes place in the shadow of new life, the sunrise of a new world, a world that our beloved comrade gave his life to protect. nourish. He did not feel this sacrifice a vain or empty one. And we will not debate his profound wisdom at these proceedings. Of my friend, I can only say this. Of all the souls I have encountered in my travels, his was the most human. Others? Hup.